Hello, good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. How are you all doing? How are you all doing? Okay, and hope your day is going on well. Okay, earlier on, a message was actually sent that the meeting will be starting a little bit late today, but I guess few things actually happened. That is actually what was starting up exactly the time, which is 2 o'clock. I didn't want to delay it, but I think we're all good to go right now. We're all good to go right now. And hope you have made profit. Hope you started making profit already. You know that you don't necessarily need to wait for this 2:30 trade or 2 p.m. Training, live trading session for you to start trading. You can start up trading anytime you see volatility in the market. And of course, one thing that has actually been helping us is that you can always start up your trading with the same strategies that we're using here. Do you understand? You can start up the trading with the same strategy that you are seeing here. Now, why is this particular live trading session very important? So that as you see me do the analysis, you can replicate the same thing. You can do the same thing on your own and at your own trading time. All right. Don't just wait for maybe when we're about to start that maybe that is just the time you will trade. No. Don't do that. All right. At your own convenience, try entering these trades, try placing up some of these trades. Use the same strategy that we use to enter your own trading. You should be able to make some really good profit from it. Do you understand? You should be able to make some good profit from it. So we're going to be starting right about now. So excuse me. All right, so we're going to be starting up with dollar index. All right, we're going to be starting up with dollar index. And just in case today is your first time of joining, this is the live trading session where we analyze the market together and take entry positions. Okay, so I'm going to be muting everybody. I'm going to be muting everybody.
Bring sugar from the room and stop.
Okay, as pretend as if you didn't hear that. Okay. All right. So now dollar index is an instrument that tells us the exact strength of dollar. Do you understand? Is it an instrument? Yes, it's an instrument. Is it tradable? Absolutely, yes, it is tradable. But we actually use this particular trade to analyze how strong dollar is. We use it to analyze how strong dollar is. All right. So that's why we always start up with the dollar index to be able to see, okay, this particular instrument we're looking at, how strong is it? Now, looking at dollar index right now, you discover that dollar is actually on a downtrend. All right. It's actually been having a down move, but then, of course, this is more consistent. All right, you can actually see a kind of a consistency right here. And you can see for sure that this particular instrument will still go down. All right, you can say for sure that this particular instrument will still go down from what it is, has broken below this support and is headed to the next one. All right, so let's go on 5 minutes time frame and see. I'm going to try to be very slow today so that you could get what is going on. All right, now this is where the market is. It's currently trying to bounce off from this point. All right, it's trying to bounce off from this point. So now for dollar index, we're also going to be doing more of a selling formation. We're still going to be selling on dollar index. All right, we're also going to be selling on dollar index. Now, even if it pushes up a little bit more, you're still going to sell it. So anywhere you are, if you want to take up a trade on dollar index, you can actually go ahead and sell dollar index from the current market price, and your take profit should be around 101.970. All right, 101.970 should be your take profit. But for now, you can actually go ahead and sell your dollar index. You can actually go ahead and you can even try stacking. All right, you can try stacking up your trades and for better profitability. Do you understand? So, but for now, dollar index, you are going to be selling dollar index all the way to 101.970. 101.970 will be a perfect position. So that will now bring us to Euro USD. Euro USD. Now, do you think that Euro USD is still going to be doing more of a buy? Now let's take a look at it, how it's looking like on 1 hour time frame. Now this is it on 1 hour time frame. Do you understand? This is it on 1 hour time frame. Sorry, excuse me. And with what I'm saying here, I will still be going in for a further buy. On Euro USD, I will still be going in for a further buy. So that being said, taking a look at it from 5 minutes time frame. Now this is where it is on 5 minutes time frame. Right? There've been a lot of consolidations and price rejections. Now these candles, you already know, they are price rejection candles. They have been rejected several times. Those are a hammer. All right. Just imagine hammer forming on a resistance. About 3 of them forming on a resistance is already giving us a full kind of a confirmation to go in for a further a sell. But because we're saying that we're expecting dollar index to fall, that does not just mean we're just going to be diving into a sell on a buy on Euro USD. So for Euro USD, I would suggest that you set up a limit, a stop. We're going to be setting up a buy stop and a sell stop on Euro USD. You're going to be setting up a buy stop and a sell stop on Euro USD. Now, the reason why we're doing that is because there've been a lot of consolidating candles that came out of from this region. So we cannot just jump into a buy. And of course, there is also a support right here. You can also jump into a sell. So what we're going to be doing is that we are going to be buying at this level. All right. We are going to be buying at this level at price 1.09720. 1.09720. You can actually buy from there. All right, buy from there and take it up all the way to the next resistance. All right, you can just stop at 1.09829. Do you understand? So our buy is good for Euro USD would be from price 1.09720. 1.09720. Did you get that? And your take profit for the buy should be at price 1.09829. That should be your take profit for that. So for the sell, you can just take up a sell. Once price gets to 1.09555, you can sell and decide, and you can set up your take profit all the way to this level. All right. So for the sell, it's actually a bigger trading. All right. So if you're going in for a sell, just know that you're in for a long trade. But for the buy, just take up this position. I don't know if you're setting it up, but if you are, let your buy be at price 1.09720. And let your take profit be at price 1.09829. Then for the sell, let your sell be at price 1.09555. 1.09555. All right. So with that, you should be perfectly okay to enter your trade and enjoy the ride. Okay, so let's take a look at the next. Of course, you already know one of my favorite instruments that I always tell you: find a perfect position and buy. Find a perfect position and buy on USDJPY. And I hope you've been doing that. There is no how, if you're doing that, there's no how you would stay in a day without making profit from it. All right, there is no how you stay in a day without making profit from it. I remembered we also went in for a buy yesterday, or I think it was actually a sell first. Well, I think this was this candle, but later on, of course, I said once it gets to the support, pick up a buy and then enjoy. Okay, I think it was a buy because I remembered it from this region. All right. So in this case, also on 1 hour time frame, you could see that the trade is almost headed to the base. It's almost heading to this weak support. So with that in mind, I'll be going in for a further buy because it has almost gotten to the support. All right, look at it. It's bouncing off from the support. Do you see? It is bouncing off from the support. So we have a better space for a buy. You could comfortably see that, okay, now it has even made a double bottom at this region, even though this one is bigger. So all these points, just allow price to get to this region, then you can buy. But if you want to start buying from here, you can actually go ahead. Do you understand? I would just advise, allow the market to come down. You can actually enter a sell and just take your profits out at price 143.422. 143.422. You can take up a sell to that region. Then once price gets there, please stop up your trade and enter instant buy. So for now, go ahead and sell USD JPY or set up a buy limit. Now that's actually what we're going to do. Is either you're going to be selling now to price 143.422. 143.422. Do you remember when USD JPY was actually at price 139, then to 140 to 141? Now it's already at 143 and it's almost heading to 144. So if you know the best thing, it is, I told you from the beginning that this instrument is heading to price really, I think it should be from your network. Can everybody hear me and see my screen? If you can hear me and see my screen, yeah, I know actually that people can hear me because I can, the extension screen I'm seeing here, I can see it. Yeah, I know they can. I think it should be from your end actually. All right, so I am saying that we have two options for this particular instrument. We have two options. It's either you set a buy limit from price 143.422. All right, set a buy limit at that region or enter instant sell and take your profit at that point and then buy again. But make sure that you are buying. Make sure that for USD JPY, you are buying. Make sure that you are buying USD JPY. That is just the best option. So you can sell to this region, sell to price 143.422, then buy from that point. If you actually sold, you should have already been on profit. I sell to this point and then buy. So we still have a little bit space. We are still selling to 143.422. Yes, sell to that point and then buy from there. Did anybody sell? I'll be shouting at the price now. I said the buy limit is at price 143.422. That is the take profit for the sell. The buy limit is the take profit for the sell also. That's what I'm saying, which is this price I marked at my screen. You can just look at the screen. You should be able to see the price that I marked. Okay, if you took off the sell, you should be already on take profit. So has gotten to take profit. And if your buy limit is on, yes, it's going to be taking you on the buy limit right about now. All right, so the sell has taken profit and the buy limit is going to be up right now. Buy limit is going to be up right now. So I believe everybody should already be on the profit. Everybody is already making the profit. All right. So next off, remember last week also, I made mention of something very much important. I told you about the GBP JPY and Euro JPY that I said buy these instruments. I remember I said buy these instruments. Who remembered I told you on GBP JPY, I said buy GBP JPY and buy Euro JPY. I don't know how many of you actually did that. I don't know how many of you actually took up the opportunity for GBP JPY. Now for GBP JPY, this was actually the take profit I gave you right then. I think it was early last week, around Tuesday last week. I told you to buy it. And right now, from this point, so we've actually made some massive profits. Has already gotten to take profit. And also for Euro JPY, it has even passed the level I said buy to, and it's still pushing up. This was the take profit I gave you, I remember, and it has even passed it. So if you still want to go in for Euro JPY, you still have opportunity to buy Euro JPY. Now, this is outside of what we're looking at today, but if you want to make some good profit on this instrument, you still have opportunity to buy Euro JPY. So for Euro JPY, you still have opportunity to buy. You can still buy, follow the trend. It is still going all the way up. Now, this is on 1 hour time frame, and this is how good it's looking already. All right. So just imagine what you can do on other smaller time frames. No, don't use 5 minutes time frame. This is 1 hour time frame trading. Now, for GBP JPY, once it goes above this particular price level, still go in for a buy. Do you understand? For Euro JPY and GBP JPY, still go in for a buy. So Euro JPY can actually buy at the current market price and just allow it to run for the remaining part of the week. But for GBP JPY, you can buy when price gets to 183.185. Do you understand? Or let's make it at this level. Once price gets to this point, you can buy 138.420. 138.420. Yes, for USD JPY, yes, of course, 5 minutes time frame. We're using 5 minutes time frame. Now look at it. If you actually took up the USD JPY buy limit, you should also be on profit. So sell has gotten to take profit, and buy limit, we're already on profit. And my ADX has actually confirmed the buy. So if you're on buy on USDJPY, you're perfectly okay. All right. And congratulations to those that took the sell and also to those that took the buy. So let's take a look at GBP USD briefly, also using this amazing ADX indicator. Now, this particular instrument, it has actually made a double top. All right, it has made a double top around this region. But of course, this particular trade, it will still get to the verified resistance, even though this particular one has gotten to this region. But I will advise, hold on a little bit. If you want to take up a trade, make sure that it's just not a very long one. Make sure you're taking your profit before this particular verified resistance. But verified resistance on this time frame is not a very good one. So I will advise to hold on because of this particular double top that are already confirmed around here. Now, this is a resistance, and I always tell you that no matter how weak a resistance is, try to respect it. And this one is a verified resistance. So I would not be going in for an instant buy. I will not be going in for an instant buy. Rather, I'll be going in for a further sell once the market gets to this price level. I'm going to be taking in my sell from price 1.27465. That is going to be my sell trade. Do you understand? So my sell is going to be from price 1.27465. If you want to take up a buy, let the trade break above the verified resistance first before taking up any buy. For GBP USD, please make sure that the trade goes above the verified resistance before taking up a buy. But for now, I'll go for a sell. Because why? Because you just got a double top confirmation on a verified resistance. Double top confirmation on a verified resistance. So that is a perfect sell entry position. So if you're in for USD or GBP USD, sell is very much perfect. Sell is very much perfect for GBP USD. GBP USD sell is very much perfect. So I am going in for a further sell on GBP USD once price gets to 1.27465. 1.27465 is our entry position for a sell. Okay, let me just take this question before I go ahead. Is there any difference between buying on 5 minutes time frame and buying on 1 hour time frame? Please let me know. Now, there is a difference between buying on 5 minutes time frame and buying on 1 hour time frame. Now, that is not going to affect your trade, not at all, but it's based on your analysis. Do you understand? Your analysis on 5 minutes time frame is different from your analysis on 1 hour time frame. So that is the difference. If you're analyzing on 5 minutes time frame, you might be seeing a sell signal. But if you analyze on 1 hour time frame, you might actually be seeing a buy signal. Do you understand? So on 5 minutes time frame, it is always faster. 5 minutes time frame is more for scalping, but 1 hour time frame is more for an intraday trading. So in terms of the analysis, yes, there is a difference. But in terms of your profitability or your trade closing and the rest of them, no, absolutely not. But the only thing I can tell you is that the analysis is different. Analysis on 5 minutes time frame is different than from the analysis on 1 hour time frame. That is the only difference. So for GBP USD, I said I'm going for a sell, but I'm going to be entering the sell at price 1.27465. That is my entry for GBP USD. So let's take a look at USD CAD. All right, so USD CAD also has gotten to a verified resistance on 30 minutes time frame. But let's take a look at it on 5 minutes time frame and see what we've got on 5 minutes time frame. Since what we're using for analysis. Now look at verified resistance. Oh, sorry, look at this particular instrument. It has also gotten to verified resistance on a proven resistance actually on these other time frames. All right, after this particular trade, we'll look at gold together. All right. So I am going to be looking at a further sell on USD CAD. I'm going to be looking at a further sell on USD CAD. Now, why would I be looking for a further sell on USD CAD? Because the trade already bounced off from this particular proven resistance. It got to this proven resistance. It was unable to break below it. And now it's actually going to be having a further sell. So I am seeing a further sell on USD CAD. Do you understand? So for USD CAD, I am going in for a further sell on USD CAD. Now, the reason is because I told you that it is already bouncing off from this particular proven resistance. It got here, got rejected, also got here and got rejected. So I feel if there's going to be any push up again, it's also going to get rejected and there's going to be a fall. But there's something that we didn't check. We didn't check the fundamentals. Please, there is fundamental news coming out by 3 p.m. There is a fundamental news by 3 p.m. So just make sure that your trade are all closed before that time, even though the news is not going to be massively volatile. But of course, it still has the ability to affect your trade. All right, so let's take a look at gold. So for USD CAD, I am going in for a sell for USD CAD. But if it goes above this particular proven resistance, please note, if it goes above this proven resistance, please close up your sell and go in for a buy. So if you want to set up your stop loss, make sure that your stop loss is on this particular proven resistance. And then once it gets to that point, take up a buy trade on this instrument. But I am going in for a further sell on it. I am going in for a further sell on it. So now let's use the opportunity and look at gold. Gold has really been doing marvelously marvelous. Yes, if you know, you know. So with that in mind, I am going in for a further buy on gold, but my take profit is not going to be far. Look at, there is a proven resistance here. There are two things I will suggest, but I'm going to be doing the two. It's either you go in for a buy limit, sorry, a sell limit. Let me just delete all these other, just hold on a bit. Let me just delete all these other lines so that you won't get confused. Let me just delete all of them. All right, so let's use IPM indicator. Okay, great. Now this is it. For this particular instrument, it's either you go in for a buy limit, sorry, a sell limit, right about here, or you go in for a buy. It's either you go in for a sell limit or you go in for let me take it again. It's either you go in for a sell limit or you go in for a sell. What do I mean? Now this particular instrument is going to be buying from here to this point. Do you understand? It's going to be buying from where it is till this particular region. It's going to be buying to price 1929.35. So if you want to take up any trade on gold, I will advise go ahead and buy your gold. Yes, go ahead and buy gold. Go ahead and buy gold. But for this particular buy, we are not staying long. But so go ahead and buy your gold. Imagine it has almost gotten to take profit, but then still go ahead and buy your gold. But it is going to, once it gets to this proven resistance, it's going to start falling. All right, so if you also set up a buy limit from here, sorry, a sell limit from here, it's also time maybe to start selling. I said once price gets here, you can actually start selling it from that region. Do you understand? Let me take it again. Will the fundamental affect it? Affect which one? Is it for gold? If it is gold, yes, it will. All right, great. Now, okay. If you're here to enter your buy on gold, please don't buy again. But from this region, we're going to be looking out for a further sell. Oh, it's already 3:30. Hello, sorry about that. I don't know. My internet just went off. Okay, sorry about that. Welcome back. Welcome back. Sorry about that. Okay, so I said at the point where gold is, if you have not entered buy already, please, you should not enter buy again. All right. If you have not entered buy, you should not enter buy again because the market is going to be falling from this particular region because of this particular proven resistance at this region. All right. And I said the same thing also for US 30 and US 100. Please, if you've not entered buy already on US 100, don't buy US 100 again, but rather sell the instruments. All right. So that is that for gold and for US 30 and for US 100. For this particular three instruments, I am currently going to be selling them. Yes, I'm going to be selling them. I am not going to buy. Rather, I am going to be selling from where the market is right now. From where the market is right now, I am going to be selling. Do you understand? I'm going to be selling. Okay. I hope you got that. Especially for this gold, I'm going to be selling it. All right. So let's take a look at agro commodities that's going to be coming out just in few minutes from now. And I hope lots of you made profit from it the previous day. But now I just discovered there have been a massive change of trend on all these instruments. There's been a massive change of trend. Now there was a change of trend. Can everybody hear me? Can anyone hear me? Okay, perfect. All right. So let's we've actually checked out some of these. It's already time for agro commodities. I told you that where the instruments are, I told you don't buy again now, right? See, I said don't buy again, but rather go ahead with a sell. All right, go ahead with a sell. I remember I told you that, right? I told you for gold, if you've not but if you didn't buy gold at this point, don't buy again but sell. So if you actually sold, I guess you should not be on a negative unless if you didn't sell. Even for US. Hello, can everybody hear me now? Can everybody hear me now? All right, perfect. All right, so great. I said for agro commodities, please on wheat, corn, and soybean, yeah, I can go ahead and sell. Go ahead and sell, please. And the sale is going to stay for a longer time. You know, before I used to tell you, don't stay in for a longer time. But for today's zone, the sale would actually be for a longer time. But still, you're not supposed to stay too long. So for wheat, corn, and soybean, sell and sell and sell. yes, go ahead and sell and make your profit. Make sure that you make profit on this particular instrument, because the trend, we had a massive change in trend yesterday. We had a massive change in trend. Now the trend changing was recorded on US 2000. Look at the perfect doji that happened here, and look at the inverted hammer on this particular region. And if you check it out on daily time frame, I think also perfect. This is it. Do you understand what we saw here? So I think here was a perfect price reversal. Okay, price reversal. Now, with that in mind, for agro commodities, we can go ahead and sell agro commodities. You can go ahead and sell agro commodities. So you can go ahead and, if you're already on corn, you should have already been on a very good profit. And if you're also on wheat, you should have also been on profit already. Yes, you should have already been on profit on wheat also. And for soybean, yes, even on soybean, you should have also already been on profit too. But especially corn, you should have already been on a good profit on corn and on wheat. But for the three of them, these three instruments are going to be falling. It's going to be falling massively. So if you're yet to take up a position, you'll still have the time to sell wheat, corn, and soybean. All right, so I'll just go through some of the, okay. There were no any, okay, just question, things that you can't hear and can't hear and you can't hear. And there was actually a question I was trying to answer them, but I missed it. Oh, perfect. Look at this corn. This is corn. This is soybean. Are you seeing corn? The massive dropping. Wheat also is still going to be dropping, but look at the massive drop on corn. So if you're on corn, you should have already been on a good profit. Now, this was not just, this was a reprise, and I actually explained it. I think I explained it yesterday, or was it on Friday? What actually happened here? I already explained that. So for US 100, I believe that you actually also sold on this particular US 100 and that you made profit also. And I remembered also for US 30, if you had also, okay, US 30 actually pushed up further high. But then, okay, look at the gold. I believe you also took advantage of this particular gold sell. And with that, oh, perfect. Look at the dollar. I told you that dollar was actually going to be dropping up onto this level, and dollar just gave us, has gotten to take profit. And someone is saying that JPY is dropping massively. Let me go and check your definition of massive dropping. This was the entry position, and it got to this point. Come on, come on, come on. Is this the dropping massively you're talking about? Man, your exaggeration is something. I will advise for JPY pairs, you can always go for a buy. But if you want to take up a close, fine, you can go ahead. But I will always advise for USD JPY, I will always go in for a buy. This is just what we call a liquidity trap, but it is not going to be persistent. It's still going to go up. Therefore, Euro USD, perfect. A buy is perfectly okay for Euro USD. For GBP USD, fine. We actually made okay, I told what was the analysis on this particular instrument? Okay, to sell from here all the way to this point. Yeah, I believe you're actually able to make some good profit, but it's going to still fall down. All right, it's still going to fall down. All right, so with that, I would say thank you everybody for joining us. Of course, if you're still yet to enter your corn, wheat, and soybean, you still have the time. Look at the trades. Look at the trade. It's still going to be going down. Now, the indicators that I used, I used the IPM indicator, and I used, okay, this is the IPM indicator. That is the one I used for Euro USD, and the other one I used on other instruments. I think I used this particular one. This is not an IPM indicator. All right, this particular one is not IPM indicator. This one is a ADX indicator. It is ADX indicator. So the two instruments I used is ADX and IPM. All right, so I think with this, we'll call it we've actually spent more than we should have, but I guess it was worth it. And congratulations to anyone that took the agro, and of course to gold, and a few other instruments that you got some good profit from. And if you're still on a trade, of course, still hold on to them. For USD JPY is going to buy. I always say it. Always look out for a buy position on USD JPY, and it's not changing yet. All right. So thank you everybody for joining me. Tomorrow, I know tomorrow is public holiday. So we might not be having the class tomorrow. But if we will, I'm going to be sending a message across. All right, I'm going to be sending a message across to everybody so that you'll be able to join in for tomorrow. But for now, I'm not sure we're going to be having the class tomorrow because of the public holiday. So if you also want to get more information, please do well to click on join our Telegram link. All right, Telegram link has been posted on the chat section. Click on the Telegram link and join to get further information on each of these trades and how to go about it. All right. So with that, I will say thank you and have a lovely day. Thank you. I have a lovely day. Okay, I got a question saying, would gold still buy? Yes, gold will still sell. Yes, gold is still going to be falling very soon. Gold is still going to be selling. All right, so don't be in a haste to close up your trade. My name is Chikezie. All right, thank you everybody for joining us. Have a lovely day and see you tomorrow. Agro commodities will still sell. Yes, agro commodities will still sell. You asked me a question. You asked me a question about gold, and I said gold is still going to sell, and you said it's buying. Probably shouldn't have answered the question in the first place then. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me. Have a lovely day and enjoy the rest of the day.